Yo, what's going on guys, it is Generous here, and today I've got a tutorial for you on 30 different flower and planting designs that might be used around your world. Some of these are dead easy to do and some obviously are a lot more expensive, and obviously, I mean like expensive, like it requires a bit of iron here and there, but obviously what I'm going to do now is I'm going to skip over and I'm going to show you how to do them. Right, as you can see we've got all the 30 designs right in front of me here. We're going to start down this end and work our way right down to that end. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to show you how to do the majority of these because it's all pretty much simplistic. You can literally just see it from looking at it on how to build it. Obviously, some I'll explain, like those ones there, how to build them, and some down there. But obviously, these ones down here, dead simple. So we're going to start off with this one here. This is kind of like a little branch, like plant you'd maybe use. Like you might use this, I don't know, in like maybe like the side of like a road or a street, or even like maybe like a garden, like it's just like a feature. And what you could do is obviously you can do this in any pattern you want. I just did it in this pattern. You could have one, like obviously one there with maybe a leaf on top, maybe one, I don't know, back here you can go up to, place one there. It obviously, this is completely up to you guys, and these are very customizable to obviously fit your needs. So that's obviously the first one. So we've got the second one, which is just a barrel and 3 leaf blocks on top of it. Third one is again barrel with like a spruce fence there and some leaves on top of that. Obviously that's the same, just one lower. And if you want to, you could go 3 higher. It's obviously, again, I'm saying they're completely customizable, so it's up to you guys. Then what we've got here is we've got a barrel with obviously flower pots in them. And obviously it's up to you what you want in them. Like you can have a bamboo, cactus, spruce sapling, whatever sapling you want, and then a leaf on the top. And I actually think, I like this one. I really like this one because the bamboo is so thin. It looks like it's obviously the stem and it's holding it up. So I really do like that design. And they could probably be used, I don't know, in like a back garden or maybe even in a house, and make it look really cool. But obviously they're the barrel designs. We've got down here again, kind of what we just went to do the first one, except obviously you don't obviously add the flower pot, you just add the leaves. And again, you could obviously add wherever you want. You could have another one there. Again, completely customizable. These are all up to you, obviously what you want to do and where you want to place them, and obviously how you want to go about it. But I'm just giving you, like, just showing you how to, like, basically how do you do it as a starter one. So you got next one, you've got a cobblestone wall, obviously with a flower pot, and then obviously whatever you want to put in the flower pot, again, up to you. Same here, flower pot with like a bamboo I've got in here with a leaf, an oak leaf on top, and I've got a sea pickle on the top, which I didn't really think of doing this first, but I seen this online and I thought this looked really cool, doing like as many sea pickles as you want on top of it. So obviously I've done that with a few of these designs going down. Obviously the next one moving along, we've got obviously the fence post on top of a flower pot with bamboo and a leaf. And what you'll probably find is quite a lot of these as well are all very, very similar, but they've got like maybe a 1 or 2 different blocks here and there. But obviously it's completely up to you again how you want to go about it. Flower pot on the bottom here, obviously with a bamboo, and then 2 leaves, and then the sea pickles, but I've got 2 sea pickles on top here. I could maybe go 3 if I wanted to, or obviously I can go 4, but I'm going to go with the 2. Now obviously this is where I'm saying, obviously earlier before, this might obviously, you might get some like expensive ones in, which obviously the hopper's like a little bit more expensive, but I think that looks actually not too bad. Obviously it feels like it comes inwards, curves out, and obviously it looks like it's like a flat surface, then a flower pot to go on top of it, which obviously is just a fence post, a hopper, a flower pot, and an oak sapling, dead easy to build. This one's probably the most simplistic one I've ever seen. It's just 2 fence posts, a flower pot, and an oak sapling, or it's obviously whatever sapling you want. It's completely up to you. This one's a little bit more complicated, but it's obviously it's up to you. I went up here 5 blocks tall, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, obviously, and then I've just branched out maybe 1 or 2 blocks, placed some flower pots, and obviously leaves, and then saplings on top of it. And obviously you can do this in any direction. You can have maybe another one there, maybe a flower pot, I don't know, there, and then maybe a leaf there. Obviously, again, it's up to you. Here we've got obviously a fence post onto a flower pot, into a cactus, onto a leaf, and then onto a sea pickle. And obviously I wouldn't say it's obviously a lot harder, but obviously it requires a few more things. Now these are more the expensive ones, okay? These are maybe ones you might find in more of a richer area, and what I really should have done is put some string on top of this one like there, stop it from going up even more. But again, anvils, again it's expensive, especially that one there. But anvil on top of obviously a grass block with surrounded by like spruce trapdoors, whatever trapdoors you want, into some tall grass. Same thing, but obviously instead of that, have obviously a leaf into a sea pickle. Then we've got one which is obviously in the cactus with obviously I'd put a string on top. I'd only go 2 tall at most. I wouldn't go 3 because it's a bit too tall. Obviously this one, what you got to do for this one is obviously get the anvil, get the grass here, and then obviously surround this with all the trapdoors. Then you want bamboo, and then what you want as well is some bone meal, because you want to bone meal this, because obviously you can't, or you can let it grow over time, but I'd say bone meal if you want to get it done quickly. Leaf on top of that, and then a sea pickle on top of that, and that's kind of dead easy to do. It obviously requires the bone meal, or you just waiting it for it to grow really. Let's get rid of that dead quick. And again, this one here, all this is just 3 anvils, just like that, with grass on top of it, surrounding that with trapdoors. And then obviously I've got berry bushes on every other one, and then obviously tall grass in between them, that's dead simple. It's like, I think that looks a lot nicer. That'll be looking a lot nicer in richer areas of like in any of your worlds. This one's like, it's a bit crazy when you look at it, but I do like it. All it is just a fence post in different directions, and just adding leaves on either the bottom or the top half of it. And I think I quite like that. I might throw that in my the BrokeRock here that I play on. Obviously on the next few here, which obviously they're easy to build, or the last few in fact, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left to do. Which obviously here all we've got is a fence post into a flower pot, into a cactus, into a leaf, and then a pickle. Obviously there's probably one down there, which is like that one right there. Instead of obviously a cobblestone wall, I've got a fence post. Or it's obviously just even changing the cactus maybe to a bamboo. Again, completely customizable. It's up to you guys what you really want in this world. And then obviously what we've got here is we've got obviously fence posts going too tall with into hoppers. Again, it's a bit more expensive, this one. Obviously into grass surrounded by trapdoors. And obviously you've got a rose bush here, and then obviously you've got the berry bush there. Again, you could have whatever bush you want there. You could have the lilac or the peony. And then these last ones here is obviously you can add vines to all these if you want to. I don't, because obviously it just makes it look a bit overgrown, especially when the vines grow all the way down. Unless you want to harvest the vines, it's completely up to you. These next ones obviously all involve composters down the bottom as the main actual block to start off on. So obviously I've got composter filled to the top, but not taken out like the actual bone meal, just left there, so it kind of look like compost inside of it. And then obviously what we've got here is we've got birch, obviously like we're doing with pretty much that one, and the ones down there and down the start is again fence posts in different directions, leaves on top of them, and then obviously a sea pickle on top of them. Again, you can have maybe 2, 3, 4, whatever you want. The next few are pretty much similar, very similar. They got flower pots starting off into a cactus. Again, you can change the cactus into bone meal or do whatever you want, completely up to you. We've then obviously got leaf blocks in the first 2, obviously 1 high, then 2 high, sea pickle on top. The last 2 again, so you've got obviously this, once you've done the flower pot into the cactus or whatever you want there, obviously I've got a little bit of oak here, oak fences, or you can do whatever fence you want. You can do birch, spruce, dark, up to you. And obviously different directions, flower pot on top of all them, and then obviously saplings on top of them. And then finally, just probably dead simplistic, a composter filled to the top, obviously not taken out, leaf block on top, and then a sea pickle on top of that. And that is the 30 designs there. What I'll do now is I'll start here, and I'll obviously just do a little cinematic going right down, just so you can just have a quick look at them. If you want to, feel free to obviously screenshot it, have a look, obviously maybe copy it, obviously do whatever you want. It's completely up to you guys. But that there are the 30 designs that obviously I've came up with. But anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this and you want to see maybe more tutorials, or maybe like this where I'm doing different vegetation garden plant designs, or maybe doing light designs and maybe bridge designs, up to you guys. Let me know, okay? Obviously make sure you are subscribed. If you are, make sure you hit obviously the like button on this video, and obviously turn on the notification bells down below. But anyway guys, I'm going to leave it here, and I'll see you later.